Imagine a jet so fast that no missile, no radar, and no enemy could ever catch it, a machine that turned the sky into its personal highway. That's not science fiction, that's the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird, the legend that redefined speed, stealth, and intelligence. Welcome to Wings of War, the channel where we explore the most powerful flying machines ever built. And today, we're diving deep into the story of the jet that ruled the skies like no other, the real king of the sky, the SR-71 Blackbird. When you first lay eyes on the SR-71, it doesn't look like any normal airplane. It looks like something from the future, long, sleek, black, and deadly beautiful. But this beast wasn't built for looks, it was built for performance, to fly higher and faster than any aircraft before it. Developed by Lockheed Martin's Secret Skunk Works division in the 1960s, the SR-71 was designed for one purpose, to outrun danger and outsmart enemies. During the Cold War, when tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union were at their peak, knowing your enemy's secrets was everything. Satellites weren't yet advanced, and spy planes were vulnerable, but the SR-71 changed that forever. It could fly at speeds over Mach 3.3, that's more than 3,500 kilometers per hour, faster than a rifle bullet. At those speeds, the air around the aircraft heated up so much that the Blackbird's skin reached over 500 degrees Celsius. Most materials would melt, so Lockheed engineers made its body out of titanium, a metal strong enough to survive the heat but light enough to fly. The problem: titanium was extremely rare, and most of it came from the Soviet Union itself, the very enemy America was trying to spy on. To make this jet, the US had to secretly buy titanium from the Soviets through fake companies. Talk about irony, the enemy unknowingly helped build the plane that would spy on them. The SR-71's engines were masterpieces of engineering, Pratt & Whitney J58 turbojets, capable of pushing the aircraft to the edge of what humans thought possible. At lower speeds, they worked like normal jet engines. But once the Blackbird went supersonic, the engines basically turned into ramjets, sucking in air at incredible speeds to keep the aircraft flying faster and faster. No other aircraft has ever combined speed, altitude, and endurance the way the SR-71 did. Every mission was a race against time and gravity. The Blackbird flew at 85,000 feet, higher than any fighter or missile could reach. From that altitude, pilots could literally see the curvature of the Earth and the darkness of space above. They weren't just flying, they were touching the edge of the atmosphere. Enemy radar could barely detect them, and even if they did, missiles couldn't catch up. Over its entire career, more than 4,000 missiles were fired at the SR-71, and not a single one ever hit it. The reason? The Blackbird simply outran them all. It didn't dodge, it accelerated. When locked on by radar, pilots just pushed the throttles forward and watched the missiles disappear behind them. But with great speed came great challenges. The SR-71 couldn't take off with a full tank because it was too heavy. Its titanium skin expanded at high temperatures, so on the ground, the aircraft actually leaked fuel from its seams. The engineers designed it that way intentionally. The panels would seal up only when the plane was flying at supersonic speed and the metal expanded. It was like a living, breathing creature that only worked properly when it was on fire with speed. That meant it had to be refueled in the air after takeoff, a risky operation that showed just how complex this machine really was. The pilots who flew the Blackbird weren't just aviators, they were elite warriors, chosen from the best of the best. Flying the SR-71 wasn't like piloting any normal jet. It required nerves of steel, extreme precision, and perfect coordination with the ground crew. They wore full-pressure suits, similar to what astronauts use, because at those altitudes, one small mistake could mean instant death. Inside the cockpit, the temperature could drop below freezing, while outside, the air burned hotter than a furnace. Pilots described it as riding a thunderbolt, powerful, thrilling, and terrifying at the same time. Every flight of the SR-71 gathered critical intelligence, photos, radar images, and electronic signals from enemy territory. It could map entire countries in just a few minutes. The data it brought back changed the course of military strategy and kept global peace balanced during one of the most dangerous times in history. It didn't carry bombs or guns, its weapon was information. That's what made it so powerful, knowledge delivered faster than any enemy could react. Even though the State Route 71 was a masterpiece, it wasn't easy to maintain. Each aircraft required thousands of man-hours to keep it in perfect condition. The engines were incredibly expensive, and the special JP-7 fuel it used couldn't be used in any other jet. Eventually, satellites became more advanced, and the need for such high-speed manned reconnaissance began to fade. The Blackbird was retired in 1998, but even then, no other aircraft could match its performance. Decades later, it still holds records for the fastest air-breathing manned aircraft ever built, a title no one has dared to challenge. But even though the State Route 71 no longer flies, its legacy lives on. Every stealth aircraft, every hypersonic prototype, every spy drone owes a piece of its design to the Blackbird. The upcoming State Route 72, Lockheed's next-generation hypersonic jet, is said to be its spiritual successor, a machine that might break Mach 6 and go beyond the limits even the State Route 71 couldn't reach. But make no mistake, the original Blackbird remains untouchable, a living legend of the sky. Imagine this, you're sitting in the cockpit of the State Route 71. The engines roar to life, and within minutes, you're climbing past 70,000 feet. The world below becomes small, fragile, beautiful. The horizon curves, and the sky turns from blue to black. You're traveling faster than the sound you create. No one can see you, no one can stop you. You're a ghost moving through the stratosphere, unseen but all-seeing. That's the feeling of true dominance, the feeling of being the real king of the sky. The Blackbird was more than metal and fuel. It was a symbol of human ambition, of how far we're willing to go to push the boundaries of what's possible. In a world divided by politics and power, the State Route 71 represented unity between courage, intelligence, and innovation. It proved that when humans dream big, the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning. Even today, pilots, engineers, and aviation fans look up to it with awe. When people talk about fighter jets and spy planes, the State Route 71 name comes with respect. Because it wasn't just a machine, it was an idea that perfection isn't achieved by standing still but by flying faster, higher, and braver than anyone else. So next time you look up at the clear blue sky, remember, once, a jet flew there faster than the blink of an eye, its black wings slicing through the edge of space, unseen but unstoppable. The Lockheed State Route 71 Blackbird, the true king of the sky. This is Wings of War, and if you love the power, speed, and dominance of these legendary machines, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from the skies where legends are born. Because here, we don't just talk about planes, we honor the kings who ruled the air.